Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion plays Slay the Spire. Really fun daily yesterday. How about today? No, he's so good. I wasn't talking about NL's misplays. I was talking about Orange Paradise. This guy's in there all the time. Ironclad. Oh no. So you've seen these before, but All-Star. Start with 2 colorless cards. If you get like, you know, Dramatic Entrance, Apotheosis, you know, these are, you can get good cards here is what I'm trying to say. Certain Future, we don't have to make any wacky decisions about the direction we go, but Terminal, whenever you enter a new room, lose 1 max HP, start each combat with 5 plated armor. 5 plated armor is amazing, but we go to like 50 rooms, so we want to be able to gain max HP, probably via a feed card, which we should prioritize buying as soon as possible, or via relics, which we have no control over. Okay, Secret Weapon and Dark Shackles. I think if you play your cards right, if you use Dark Shackles on a turn in which it makes sense, this is a terrible first draw. If you use Dark Shackles on a turn in which it makes sense, you're always going to be happy to have it. It's almost like having a 0 energy 2 block. So we don't really care about Secret Weapon because it just gives us strike right now. I think I will let you hit me for 1 so that I can make you vulnerable and hurt you very badly. And we'll hope for like a, you know, strike, 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 Dark Shackles turn or something like that. Well, okay, we'll play 1 defend, 2 strikes, and he should be dead next turn. Because we can always use either a Secret Weapon or a bash and a strike to get a kill. And we, like, drew absolutely everything we needed. Really should have done that in a different order, but that's okay. So, priorities here, in my opinion, oh, you know what? Feed is number 1 because we could select it with Secret Weapon, but we want a good target for Secret Weapon or whatever the best card is available otherwise. So, to be honest, I think Headbutt's okay. We can get some combos going, like, you know, Bash, Secret Weapon, Headbutt, bring back Bash for next turn. I don't know why we would necessarily want that, but I think we Dark Shackles you, so you do nothing. I guess I'll strike, Headbutt, and bring back the strike, and then do some damage to you in the interim period. I don't think I gotcha. You're only doing 10 damage, which means we could, if we wanted to, we could just ignore the damage because we're going to overheal anyway, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Bash is not a great card in my opinion. Like, I think it's a little expensive. I don't think it's worth always selecting, but for right now, we enjoy it decently because it's like our only option available. We only have 3 energy per turn. So, I mean, I do like Intimidate reasonably well, but Combust is a little too dangerous knowing that we have Terminal. I think Flex is usually going to be, I think it's like a B tier card. Sometimes it can be lower. I don't think it can really usually be any higher than that, but sometimes it can definitely be lower. So this is just a... Dude, having the plated armor... Did they have plated armor on the... when we had Terminal last time? Because it's actually a huge advantage, to be honest with you. And these early combats are just real easy. Just trying to move my... Hey, don't you try to bite me, you silly boy. I'm moving the keyboard because I don't want you to step on it, you madman. We don't have any strength gain, but I do think Heavy Blade is the best card. Cleave, I do like taking Cleave in the deck for some form of crowd control, and I know that's controversial. I finally understand, by the way. You guys missed, and I'm not being rude, because eventually I was taught. But the reason people were making fun of me for saying that Cleave is a strictly better strike is not because I was wrong, it's because strike is not a good card. But everybody was taking every opportunity to dunk on me instead, and strictly better strike, strictly better strike. Just one tweet that was like, hey NL, just so you know, we're dunking on you because strike's not a good card to begin with. Cleave is better than strike, but is still not good necessarily as a result of that logical deduction because strike is not a good card. You endeavor to remove it from your deck as soon as possible. I'm just saying, it's a parlance of today's social media times. You can dunk, or you can teach. Try to teach. I'm open to teaching. You don't have to dunk on me. I'm 5'10". It's not like I'm trying out for the NBA. We're definitely going to play a defend, so give me a headbutt here. And it's going to deal 9 and then 6. Well, we're fairly likely to draw Cleave. I honestly, you're doing 12 damage, huh? Ugh. I hate to do it because it's slow as molasses, but bring back a defend and take no damage. It's not like these guys buff themselves on this turn. If they take a turn to buff themselves, that's when we can really do some damage to them. So we'll just focus on making some progress. Do remember... I think I will play it. Just so we're not vulnerable on this turn. If you step on that keyboard, I'm going to be very upset, my cat. I will be very upset. I've had a lot of runs in a row where I have not really had to block, or at least one run in a row where I haven't really had to block, so I'm trying to remember. That's right, blocking is actually a fairly useful card in a lot of situations. I don't like fire breathing that much. I love sword boomerang, but mostly when we get strength. This is a strictly better strike right here. Seeing red, I think, is good enough in a deck in which we have some 2-hit energy cards. So we can enable like a bash and then a headbutt is our strongest attack, unfortunately. But I think this is... Oh, you know what? Let's go for broke. We did get Seeing Red, which is what I was looking for. So we'll play Seeing Red for 1 energy. We'll bash. We'll bash. We'll bash. Oh, baby. So we'll headbutt, because that's our best attack. And we'll follow that up. It brought back a bash. We'll follow that up with a cleave, which is our next best attack. And we're not in a terrible situation here. We don't have good top end yet. We also have not gotten a single relic, so it's not a surprise, really. Certainly, I think you... Well... We have to rest or upgrade after this. I think we'll bash and strike. Even though we will take 8 damage, that's not a whole lot in the whole scheme of things. And we'll, get used to it. We'll probably take another 9 on the next turn, in all likelihood. No we won't. We'll definitely take, 0. And I'll hit you with a... Well, we'll take 2. I'll hit you with a bash strike again. In the hopes that I can get you next turn, but in all likelihood, I don't have to kill you next turn. I would like to. But I don't know if we have the juice. You're done a turn after that, but we're going to be a little weaker, so we do want to draw 2 attacks of some variety. We don't have weak attacks in our deck, except strike, so headbutt and strike. This isn't bad. We will not rest. We will upgrade something. Ornamental Fan, when you play 3 attacks, gain 4 block. So on a lot of turns, we can gain 9 block just by attacking, which is pretty good. And I took Carnage, by the way, because I want some top end. I want something that's a little bit better to use against enemies that we want to kill. And I think Secret Weapon not being exhausted is pretty useful. That way we can continue to select attacks as necessary whenever we draw it. Like, for example, the Cleave would be amazing here, and thankfully we were lucky enough to get one. So we can play whatever we want for 4 energy here. We're going to play 3 attacks. I just want to look at... You have 24 HP. 10-9-8 will definitely kill you. Nobody's in oh, you're in lethal range right off the bat, so it dust you, and then a cleave will leave you at 15, and you'll be almost... Okay, I think we got it. Dust you, cleave, strike you. We got more than enough block. Easy money. So I don't think Ornamental Fan is 10 out of 10, but I think it's nice. I do, for playing 3... attacks, I'd much rather get, not that was necessary. For playing 3 attacks, I'd much rather get a strength back, but so be it. I think Rupture is a really good card that we don't have it enabled yet. Corruption, maybe, but we need, Dead Branch. I think these are dead cards for now, and that makes me mad, because I kind of want to try Rupture, but it depends on the relics you get. Being able to heal more allows us to be more aggressive and less conservative in our blocking ability. So out of all of these... I mean, 15 strength is just crazy. 8 extra damage on Carnage is okay. The rest of our cards are not that good. Cleave is... I don't think it's a necessary card to upgrade. Seeing Red could give us 5 energy per turn, but without draw, is that necessary? I don't necessarily think so. And Bash is, Bash is Bash. I think I'd rather upgrade Carnage, even though it's kind of it's not an inspiring card to upgrade. So with Secret Weapon, we can absolutely kill Spike Slime. And then we can just bring Carnage back. Well, you can bring back whatever you want, but I think we'll start Carnage. Because if we draw Seeing Red, an attack, and of course we're going to draw Carnage, we can get Ornamental Fan and take no damage. Honestly, we're never going to see Dark Shackles again, so you might as well just go for broke. Alright, so we've built this Ironclad run so far much in the same way we build a lot of our Ironclad runs. We're focusing on doing a lot of damage on the first few turns. It's the way I prefer to build the game, whenever or prefer to build a deck whenever possible. But there is the elephant in the room. So often this is going to be a dead card. And we're not prioritizing curses, so... the elephant in the room is our HP, which is going to lead to some problems. I will receive 175 gold. And essentially that's kind of like a 100 gold gain. But we could also grab one of these, and we could probably do both. So get rid of Doubt, and then look for Feed. Does not exist. Hemokinesis is a really good card with a lot of top-end value. Perfected Strike is not good yet. Frozen Egg, whenever you add a power card to your deck, it's upgraded. Mummified Hand, whenever you play a power, random card in your hand costs 0. These are both good. I like them both, to be honest with you. Bronze Scales is okay, for sure. Who are we fighting on this floor? You know, Bronze Scales is going to get him whittled pretty nicely. But these are definitely higher tier relics, in my opinion. I think I'm gonna go for like I'm gonna go for like a pseudo combo approach. Take Mummified Hand, and I'm also gonna take Hemokinesis. Even though we don't have powers yet, I think we're gonna be happy with it. I do also love upgraded powers, but it's really nice for a power to allow you to upgrade a card. Or like play a card, I should say. Well, I can make it so you don't hit me. I can't play 3 attacks, so... Yeah, I don't dislike it. If we don't play Seeing Red here, we're probably never going to play it, so... I would advise it. After this, we're going to upgrade one more card, and I don't know what we're going to upgrade. This is really, like, what I was looking for. Because I can destroy you. So remember, you've added... Oh, this is our... So I love armaments, but this is our deck now. That's our win condition. And we'll upgrade it immediately. Unless we can upgrade something to make it innate. No. Okay. So why Rampage? Because between a Headbutt, Secret Weapon that doesn't get exhausted, and Rampage, we can get a Rampage that does like 30-something damage pretty quickly, I think. That is a terrible first turn. Just absolutely, abundantly awful. That's okay. This is not good. But I think we're going to get him to transform. We need to do 33 damage, and we're going to do 35. So we're going to Carnage, we're going to Headbutt, and bring back Carnage. Now what we'd really like to do is, like, Secret Weapon, Rampage, Headbutt. Wait, okay, I'm doing it in the wrong order. But it'd be like Rampage, Secret Weapon, bringing back... I guess you would just bring back Rampage, right? Unless Secret Weapon it takes from the draw pile, you take Headbutt. It's not the right turn for Dark Shackles. I'm just going to do the classic little, like, this right here. Even though it would cause us to take 0 and preserve our plated armor, we'd much rather use it on a turn in which he attacks multiple times. Like, even this turn would have been better. So we're going to flex first. And then, nothing's in our draw pile. So it's actually kind of bad, but we'll use Hemokinesis. Secret Weapon. Oh, right. It's still not a good idea. I'm just going to hit him. And, you know, it does give us extra block, but we are going to take some damage here. We might want to pop the regen potion. I've really started to not value the regen potion that much. As much as usual. Even giving us 15 extra health is going to sustain us for a decent amount of time. So I am worried about some of his attacks, but I think we're probably going to be okay. Like, right off the bat, that's decent damage. I'll strike you. I'll play this, I'll play these two. So you're hitting me. But, oh, the regen potion is healing us for 6 because of the flower. So I'm not complaining. Oh, this is perfect. I don't want you to transform yet. Oh, but you're gonna put up some armor. Yeah, let's get you to transform. It's probably better. You do nothing instead. Well, I mean, you're gonna put that up anyway, so who cares? Okay, so I mean, I think at this point you do look at it and you go, probably. What's in our draw pile? Flex. You headbutt. And you bring back Rampage. Secret weapon, draw Rampage. Right off the bat, 36 damage. That's probably worth it. You know what? Sure. I'm gonna lose another 3 HP to do 21 damage to you while you're vulnerable. Carnage might have gotten the kill if I'd used the energy potion, for example, but the kind of idea here is, like, he's only gonna do 16 damage, that much is guaranteed, so if we run the math, like, we should be fine. 888. You're in for 16. I'm just gonna hit you, and then we're in a lovely position, because if we don't draw any attacks, God forbid, we still just use the explosive potion, so he's done. And again, the longer that fight goes on, the better it is for us, because Rampage is going to one-hit him eventually. A level with you. I don't think Reaper is that good for us in this deck. The problem with Exhaust is it doesn't have great targets right now, and it's too expensive. Like, it's 1 energy for a selected draw, so most of the time it's going to be 2 energy to enable it. If it can help you target Dark Shackles, of course you're happy. But like Reaper with Healing Flower or Magic Flower seems better. We don't game block too often, and we have to play it. But what is it when we play it, it'll make another card free? But we don't have a Corruption build. If we go for a Corruption build that allows us to play skills for free, we'd be happy to have this, probably, if we could get draw. I gotta be honest, I got a tweet that said you're overvaluing Reaper to a hilarious degree. And I think you might be right. But I feel like I would be overcompensating if I didn't take it. I think Astrolabe is okay. Whenever you lose HP, draw a card is also okay. But being able to get rid of 3 strikes. Pummel, Bloodletting, Uppercut. I'm fine with all these, dude. Alright. So I'm not 100% confident this deck has a leg to stand on long term. We need to do something about our HP, really. So this would deal 10 damage for 1 energy. It is tempting to weaken and vulnerable you, but 26 damage. Well, I'll tell you what. Start with the uppercut. Let's make our life easy. Drink the energy potion. Pop a pummel in here for 15. And then Carnage. Only 28 HP left. And you're probably hexing us? Yeah, so who cares? Alright, so I think we don't need the energy, probably. 18 life. 13, yeah, you're done. Doesn't matter. Cost us a potion, but to get through that without finding ourselves in trouble, I think is okay. I think we definitely like another headbutt, because at this point it allows us to select Rampage more frequently. But if we... Oh! I thought I hit my stop recording button. If we don't get HP, like maximum HP, we're going to be in a world of hurt. We're going to take some damage here for certain. So you probably want to focus on one, and it would definitely be... Oh, we still don't have enough. It would definitely be... Uppercut on the weaker enemy. Hemo will deal 21, and you'll deal 15. So we love Hemokinesis. And then this would deal 12 damage. I hate it, but to be honest with you, it's not that bad. And we definitely want to save our money, because there is a shop coming up. I doubt we'll be able to buy a relic. I mean, we could buy a relic that costs 150, but we'll probably be forced to draw... take back Rampage. Secret weapon, Rampage. Good damage, and then we'll just block a little. We'll probably be forced to take either a card or remove a card from the deck or go for a relic that's a little bit on the weaker side, but maybe it'll be something that synergizes with our deck that I haven't really considered as of the present moment. So we do not need to play Reaper if we don't want to. Seems like the right turn for that. Yeah. We will play Reaper, but not to heal. Not because I like it or anything. We're playing it for damage, in which case it's a terrible card. I accept that fully. So we do want to avoid making the deck too thick. It's a tough one, right? Would you rather have the same rampage and be able to select it more frequently, or multiple rampages? I think we're probably gonna like multiple rampages. It would be really nice to like, I think Combust is actually pretty good here, but it'd be really nice to get Dead Branch, but obviously there's no way to do it. It would be really nice to make our deck thinner so we can get to Rampage more frequently. Like, just dump a strike out of there? Yeah. I do like oddly shaped stone, but it's not, like, incredible. Combust is kind of tempting, but I don't know. I don't necessarily buy it yet, to be honest with you. I think I love the idea of making them vulnerable here, but I think you Rampage, Headbutt, bringing back Rampage, and then just Strike. This way you get a 16 damage Rampage for 1 energy, and again, if we get a Headbutt, like Headbutt Secret Weapon, we can get into some disgusting situations, but it depends on... depends on how things look to some extent, and they don't look great here. It's only 12 damage because this one's not upgraded yet, so we're gonna get hit for 1. That's the danger of Snecko Eye, is, you know, sometimes you find yourself in that situation. This is more along the lines of what we're looking for. A little excellent Hemokinesis. A little bit more expensive than usual, but combined with a free uppercut, I'm a happy man. Now, this would be a good turn to kill you. I don't even know if that's possible. It seems way too dangerous. Remember, they're not going to be the same cost when we draw them again. It seems way too dangerous to play a secret weapon and then possibly draw a card that costs 3. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I just brought back Rampage, which I thought was very sensible, and then it cost way too much money, and I'm mad at myself. Wow, you're going to live, which is deeply upsetting. What happens after this? We should pop our regen potion immediately on the elite fight. If we don't, we'll probably die. Well, start with Reaper. You get a decent amount of heal. Not a ton, but a decent amount. As much as I hate to say it, you probably like Impervious. And the ability to possibly bring it back with Headbutt on an... Well, no, because it's exhausted, right? You know what? In this unique situation, I think I should give you my 90 gold. I do not like you, and I can't afford to get into a fight that could be dicey before fighting these guys, so let's drink this potion up real quick like. So we'd really like to kill 1 as soon as possible. You cannot convince me that bloodletting is not going to be the right decision either way. So we could bring back a Headbutt. It's a very weird play, though. I'd like to play the Defend, so like a 1 energy card. I guess getting our other Rampage, like a Rampage Plus out there faster, is probably good. And then you would choose one of these guys. I don't know which one's the worst. They all got their own unique flavor of garbage, but I like Rampage you. We could have taken a 2 energy card. That's my mistake. Rampage you. Headbutt you. we're bringing back Rampage Plus, which is going to do a decent amount of damage next turn. We're going to have 14 block, and we're going to heal for 5. This is a more classic sort of elite fight against these guys in the sense that it's going to be much harder than usual. Like, we've had a lot of dailies in a row that were pretty easy. This one is starting to get to me. So, because we're weak, wow, deal 1 damage 5 times. Hilariously, that is the best way to kill you. Deal 1 damage 5 times and then exhaust. Oh, but on the next turn, we're not going to be able to attack, right? Because we're going to be entangled. Yeah. So that's bad. It's worse when you don't draw literally any blocks. But hey, on the bright side, we're going to burn off that debuff real quickly. Alright, being vulnerable is very dangerous. So I think, well, we like Flex, and I think we like Reaper, in which case the turn is very easy. It would be Cleave for certain. Dark Shackles on unenemy. You'd Reaper as well. It's a nice heal, actually. And then you Dark Shackles an enemy. I don't think it really matters. It saves you 9 damage either way. So let's choose on that guy. 16. We're gonna take 14. Take us down to 43. Really would be nice. What are we drawing anyway? Carnage plus any attack gets you. If we can get like Seeing Red as well, which we neglected to play because it was useless for us on that one turn we had it, that would be nice. But no. Okay. I mean, Impervious buys us time, but Carnage Headbutt, you take a little damage, but you get a kill. And you avoid the debuff, which I think is nice. And you bring back Carnage, which is not a bad card to bring back. What comes after this? Campfire. We're starting to get to the point where you'd rather just upgrade a card at every, like upgrading Reaper probably means way more than resting. 14, 26. You are dead. No reason to lose any more HP than that. The Courier. Certainly not what we're looking for. If we had an exhaust synergy, I'd be much more tempted to take a, I mean, the second Rampage is also important, but, if we're always going to be smithing, we got to pay attention to stuff like this, I think, at least. But I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. This run seems a little cursed right now. The run is a little doomed. Well, let's run the numbers, right? So, like, Bash, you're at 44. And then I hit you again, you're at 23. It won't kill you, obviously. 14, 6, 10. 14, 6, 10. 30 damage. Bash, this is worth more, I think. Much more, actually. Gotta get you next turn, though. This guy, our deck is not thick. It's also not good, which is starting to come to my attention, but we might want to be careful with the way that we play our cards here. I think we want to draw and make sure this guy dies this turn. Alright, I'm going to headbutt you and bring back Hemokinesis next turn. And I'm going to uppercut you to death. And then you're just debuffing, so we don't have to play anything else. We don't want to fill our deck with hexes, is basically what it comes down to. And this guy's going to start to hurt. Oh, eventually he's going to start to hurt. So I think, honestly, Hemokinesis, headbutt, and you probably bring back Hemokinesis. This is not the normal way we play this deck. I know you don't lose anything, but you do lose something by playing it. You add a hex to the deck, which may or may not have been worth it, but on a turn in which we were weak, I was like, it's not worth it, but now I'm looking at it and I'm like, it was totally worth it, because it's not like we have anything to do this turn anyway. So this will heal us for 3. It's like not even worth looking at, in my opinion. Obviously, have to do this, I think. It at least puts up some extra block. We're only taking 7 damage. You know I'm looking at that campfire. I'm starting to get a little alarmed. Really good turn to draw Impervious. I think we have to block. And then it's just about 19 damage. 6. What do you have over here? Just defend. Well, instead of 19 damage, I'm going to do 15 damage. But bring back Rampage. We're taking 15 here. We could die during this encounter. That would be a little embarrassing. Wow. Oh, wow. Well, you have to play Impervious. And then, I think, yeah, I mean, we're going to take 3, which is nothing. You give him a little Rampage plus, right? And then the idea is if you get a headbutt back a Rampage plus with a secret weapon, you might actually be able to live. Oh my god, we got a turn of survivability. I know you're looking at it like, bring back Reaper? Nah. Not what we need, in my opinion. This guy has to go now. Oh my god, he did 2 turns of debuff. That's so lucky for us, even though we did have the kill either way. So we need draw, but I think we might also benefit from an armaments plus. We don't have very much block. Paper Frog makes vulnerable enemies take more damage. It's extremely good. It only heals us for 15 to rest, but you'll forgive me for thinking that that's probably enough to keep us alive. We gotta beat the Sword Lord without... Not a great start. We gotta beat the Sword Lord without getting hit by a Hyper Beam, which will kill us dead in a heartbeat, I think, so... Carnage. 26 damage. We don't need to. But I mean, it's overkill to the extreme. But what are your other options? You could do 14 and then 15. Yeah, okay, that's probably better. So you're going to Rampage, Headbutt, bring back Rampage. Although Impervious is kind of interesting as well. We are going to take some damage. We're only going to take 3, I think. So we're going to take away half of your HP. And this is where I sort of look at it and I go, wait a minute. Maybe it would have been better to Carnage, Headbutt, bring back Carnage. No, you get a kill. But then this guy would have lived. We would have taken more damage on the front end. I'm not going to say it's a wash, but it's close enough that I don't feel too bad. So definitely this turn. I'm going to mess you up. We're going to Rampage. Headbutt you, bring back Rampage, Secret Weapon. This is the combo we were trying to enable. This time we don't want Rampage plus, we want Rampage, because it's going to lethal you. You're doing no damage, and I'm a very happy man. So that's the combo we're trying to hit, but our deck, I think, is too thick to reliably hit it right now. So we love a flex. And then you look at this and you go, okay, 15 damage, 2 weak, 2 vulnerable. 2 weak will take you down to doing 6 damage. I honestly think you slow play this. Armaments, weak and invulnerable. 9 damage. It only takes out 25% of your damage. It doesn't take out 50. These are things you should know at this point in Slay the Spire. But luckily, I'm so good, even without doing the math, I had it correct. It's not going to do 7. You know it's not going to do 7. I'm just making sure, because ideally, I would prefer not to use Hemokinesis, but I don't have to. Beautiful. I think Disarm is a necessity. Everyone always talks about, like, if you can get a Searing Blow Armaments deck working, more power to you. I think we need to shoot for the moon. If this accelerates our loss on this floor, it accelerates our loss on this floor. We need to think about having a chance to win the whole daily. Like, that's what it's all about, right? So, I'm stoked. You know, you get Rupture. And then you look at it, you get extra strength. You go, oh, maybe it's best to get like a little Hemokinesis action or something. I don't know. So you're doing no damage right off the bat. Pummel already does 20. It'll do a ton of damage to you. I have to hit you. I didn't do as much as I thought, as you can tell. I'd really like to kill you in one hit. I wish it didn't take Carnage to do it. I'll tell you what, though. Go for the weak vulnerable. Ooh, actually, okay. I'm gonna nuke you with this potion. I'm still happy with the weak and vulnerable. And then we'll deal 49 damage with Carnage. If we don't die against the set... Well, let me put it this way. Even if we had not taken the book, I think we have a very, very reasonable chance to die against that second boss. Doesn't really matter. So if we live through the second boss, I think it's... I'll take it. I think it's a huge get for us. If we die on the second boss or before the second boss, we were definitely not going to win the run regardless. So, it's tough, isn't it? Whenever you play a skill exhausted. So obviously we don't need the block on this turn. We got... It's very, very easy for us to play a lot of blocks. This is such an important draw. We also definitely want to weaken you. You're dealing 9 damage. If we play one more attack... No, if we play 2 more attacks, you'll do no damage. So it is probably worth losing 3 HP to make that happen. Smart. Okay, relatively smart. I'd prefer not to be weak as well, if we could make that a thing of the past. If we play 3 attacks, we're good. So, have we played a Rampage? We have not. We want to play everything. We want to play 3 attacks. We might want to start with that. Because you could, if you wanted to. Pummel is 25 damage. Oh, but it gets exhausted. That's fine. We'll play it anyway. It's really good. I have 25 block, but it's still worth doing something like this. Like, bring a Rampage Plus out. Swing. Headbutt, and bring Rampage Plus back. This will probably kill you on the next turn, which is good. In case you've forgotten how this game works. So with our HP where it is, we cannot survive Hyper Beam. So we need to kill this boss as soon as possible, unless I have him confused with another boss. In which case, who cares? I think you take a power, honestly. And anything that gives us ambient block is relatively advisable here. I thought you might become innate. Losing more strength is really good. You being free is good. Impervious, 40 block, probably a little overkill. You know, let's go disarm to start with. Yeah. I mean, disarm is kind of like 1 extra block. Are you hyper? You're hyper beam. Yeah. So, okay, fire breathing for free is not amazing, but it's nice. And I think we should... Well, let's take the strength potion. I'm very afraid. We want to play 3 attacks for sure. We definitely want to rampage. We certainly want to disarm. So we'll rampage. And then strike. And we are going to take 0 damage because you lost strength, which is incredibly useful for me. It's not an amazing power for us, but it's something. You're dealing 18. Well, this is where things are going to start to get weird. You're going to headbutt, rampage, plus headbutt, rampage. And, I mean, you can either block for 3, or you can cleave, do 9 damage, and get 4 blocks. So, fairly easy decision in my eyes here. Some kind of permanent relic, like a relic that gave us a permanent stat bonus would be huge. We'd like to avoid being whittled down, but we're kind of in the same boat yet again. We can block for 3 or play 3 attacks. And we'll definitely, like, in case it's not abundantly clear, we'll play 3 attacks. This time we're taking 2 damage, which is not that bad. I feel like we're in this, like, we're doing about as well as reasonably could be expected right now. Finally getting Metallicized out there is nice. It didn't make Bash free, which is what I was hoping for, but Secret Weapon. What do we have in our draw pile? Uppercut? literally uppercut. But we don't dislike it, so sure, bring it out here. It is better than bash. Weakens him for a turn. I don't know. We might as well. So he's purging his... Oh, no, he's just weakening us. I thought he purged his strength debuff here, but we got a little more time. So we're getting 6 block a turn right now. We do not have to... Like, we already are taking no damage. Plated armor plus metallicize. So I think we like upgrading these cards, and we'll play defend. We don't need to play Dark Shackles because we're taking no damage. And there's going to be a turn... I mean, even the Hyper Beam turn might be enough, so... Like, that's a turn where we can just afford to bleed it, unfortunately. We need to get 1 block, which probably the best way to do is by doing 3 attacks. Which we can do. We will lose 3 HP, but I think it's probably better. But you probably need Dark Shackles. It's tough, because Armaments would also give it to us. Maybe Armaments might even be... probably Armaments, Rampage. This is 11 block. We're actually good. Cleave. Okay. No, it worked. We are going to get debuffed, though. Hopefully not weakened. Yeah, frail and vulnerable. Also bad. Don't get me wrong. This is what you... Okay, so you look at this and you go, Rampage plus? Yes. Flex. Secret weapon. Rampage plus. Hits you for 28. That's pretty good. Headbutt. Bring back... Rampage plus. No, bring back this Rampage plus, even better. Throw a little defend in there. We are going to take 9, but I sort of think it doesn't matter that much. Because if he hyper beams us, we have to kill him, draw Impervious, or die anyway, right? So out of all those options, it's an easy choice for me. This time, I think you definitely bash for the vulnerable and hit him for 59. And if you can bring back that Rampage, you're starting to look at a potential chance. This is where we're weakened again, unfortunately. Okay, this is where he buffs himself, so we kind of get like 1 turn to do something. And unfortunately, we don't really have the means to do anything. We're gonna have to survive the Hyper Beam. $57. Great turn to draw. Strength reduction. We're not going to get strength reduction, and we don't even have 57 HP. So there's really only one way out of this. You got to deal 100 and something damage, and we're not going to do that. So we are going to lose here. Not by much. I want to make that clear. But I'm just leveling with you. I do kind of feel like on this daily, there was execute Hyper Beam, same difference, you know. I do want to point out, I feel like we kind of got killed by draw, and that's probably a very, I don't want to say ignorant, but it's probably a short-sighted way to look at it. But I do sort of, I'm like, if we drew Dark Shackles, we win, probably. If we drew Impervious, we win, but we didn't, and that's okay. I'm not saying we lost as a result of bad luck. It's like deck construction plays a role as well, but. Anyway, fun daily. Much harder daily than has been typical for the past few days, which is kind of a nice change of pace. I tried. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps us a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.